Water.
Earth.
Fire.
My cabbages! Air.
Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then everything changed when the Rhythm Nation attacked.
Hold on. I don't want to really get us for copyright infringement here. Maybe this was not such a good idea. Let's cut to the intro music and try this again.
Rhythm Nation.
Hello, and welcome officially to episode 170 of Rhythm Encounter, the RPG fan music podcast. I am your host, Mike Salvato, and we really just couldn't resist giving you a little avatar in that intro. As you can guess from the title, we are doing an elemental-themed episode. We actually did one of these long ago, for lack of a better term, on episode 74, and we're back today with a little twist on what we did then.
Roughly 100 episodes later.
Almost 100 episodes later, yeah.
It's all clicking. It's the Atla time difference, too. That's how long the Avatar was gone.
Oh, wow. It's also how long between appearances of Dracula, but I don't think I can shoehorn that into this one, too. Well, anyway, since we're talking now, before we get into what we're doing with the episode, let me officially introduce my panel today, starting with our Avatar of Water, Audra.
Hello.
Followed by, well, if we're going in order, Earth, but I already introduced myself, so let's cut to Hillary.
Hi. Ira was my role model.
Yes, there it is. I've been saying, like, I'm not sure fire really fits you perfectly, but then Iroh, so never mind.
Thank you.
I mean, Iroh's great. You love Iroh. Unless this is like something I need to cut out and is like a life secret of yours. You've maybe not so
one must ever know.
Jokingly commented that one day a retirement goal is to open your own tea shop. So like there's something there. And finally, our I guess you're Aang today, Matt.
Yep, hi. I'm full of air. I'm an airhead.
I like how when we're off air, you're like, it's like, oh, I'm like Aang because I have like this like
wonder. Yeah,
this sense of wonder. Would you say like a spark of joy in your eye or something?
I said that ironically, though.
Oh, okay. I mean, what a change though from that to I'm an airhead.
I'm sorry. Let me cut again. I'm happy, and I'm happy to be here though. I'm always happy to be on Rhythm.
I haven't had an airhead in so long. It's a candy. I'm not sure. I'm sure you don't have them in Japan because they're not really.
But we had them in Canada, like the little.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was something. There was a period in my life when my brother and I would just love those.
I would go home every day, and this Korean candy shop, the lady would just give me and my brother like the old expired candy just for free, and she would fill up a paper bag of like semi-stale Airheads and like Hot Lips.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those were the days.
We that was actually when I learned a scientific thing, my brother and I, when we were younger, because Airheads, when they got stale, they got really hard. Like they're not the right texture anymore. But like if you had one where, I don't know, if it was on the counter or got warm or something, like it's a little more, it's better when it's a little chewy. And we're like, oh, I know what we can do. Like this one's getting a little stale. Like just put it in the microwave. For reference, Airheads are not wrapped in paper or plastic. They are wrapped in foil.
Oh no.
And 2 seconds later, after we saw a shower of sparks, we turned the microwave off. Nothing happened, but we didn't know. We're like, oh right, this is wrapped in metal.
Oops.
So anyway, it didn't work. I don't know if we did something else. I don't know if we just like stuck it in a sunbeam coming into the window or something to warm it up a little safer. But
in 2 hours, my airhead will be the right temperature and consistency.
Right. So yes, obviously we're here to talk about candy, but maybe we can also talk about some RPG music. So like I said, in episode 74, we did a theme based around elements, which is really one of my favorite themes we ever did. And it was, we had the panel on and everyone could just pick 2 songs as we usually do, but each one represented a different element. So we had 8 different elements. And I was pretty open to what people picked. You know, it was elements. It was, I don't remember if anyone actually did this, but I was like, you know, Pokemon types count. So if you want dragon element or something, like, we could do that too, just to make sure we had enough for 8. And it was a lot of fun. But one of our best podcast fans and listeners, Mohammed, emailed me. I did not forget about you, Mohammed, way back then, and said, hey, that's a great idea, but what if you did one that was like just the, you know, 4 like core elements, and you had 2 people representing each one, like just narrow the focus a little bit and then see how different people would approach the same element. And I thought that was a great way to do a follow-up. So it's a follow-up to an earlier episode, but since the theme is different, I don't know, I think it's going to make for some good conversation.
Poor Muhammad is listening to this in the retirement home so many years later. He's like, finally, they did it.
They finally listened to me. I mean, don't worry. Like, I'm pretty sure I set up the card for this when I got your email. And I'm like, we're going to do this one day. And, well, here we are. Okay, but before we get into our selections for today, we do have to, well, we don't have to talk about what we've been listening to, but it's something we do now. So I would like to, unless anyone objects. Hillary, what have you been listening to lately?
Oh, I get to go first.
Yes,
Yay!
you do. I know. I don't ever want this segment to instill that fear and take people back to like school. And you're like, oh God, are you going to call on me? Are you calling on me next? Even though I'm worried that's what it is sometimes.
No problem. I've been very, very nerdy and catching up on medieval lo-fi again. I think I may have even mentioned it before on this podcast, so sorry for the repeat, but they've released like several new volumes, including a Seaside Haven one that's really cool.
Seaside Haven, like medieval lo-fi?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, neat. Okay.
It's like a themed one that they did. And then also, I've been listening to a lot of just kind of random side projects that game composers have been doing. So like the Arco composer has some really nice kind of ambient music that I've been listening to. And then there's also Zine Music, which they basically restore and remaster really, really old PC games music.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And it's just very educational. So I've been, basically, summary, I've been spending lots of time on Bandcamp.
That's nice. It's so, how is it? Is it Zine? Is it Xeen?
Xeen, yep.
Yeah.
Like the old Might and Magic place.
Oh, I mean, obviously, yes, of course, yes. Cool. How about you, Matt?
I'm going to have to give Medieval Lo-Fi a listen. I'm looking at them on Spotify now, but lately I'm not really listening to much new except maybe the Sean Shafiansky Xenogears jazz album that I finished reviewing, and that's really, really great. And then I've been re-listening to like an old favorite, which is there's a Japanese math rock band, instrumental for the most part, called Toe, Toe, like on your foot. And they've got a lot of great albums, but their second is my absolute favorite. It's called For Long Tomorrow. And if you like high energy drums, like the drummer is amazing, and like kind of like fast paced math rock, that is great background music for like anything. It's a great vibe. For Long Tomorrow by Toe.
Cool. Well, I'll have to check them out. How about you, Audra?
I've been listening to the character image songs from the To Be Hero X anime series. I didn't expect to like a lot of them as much as I did, and they're very different. They're different genres and really interesting lyrics and instrumentation for them. So, and I'm floored that the dog has the best one. Actually,
Well, that's
a fun
best vocal
surprise.
song. Yep.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
So they're fun.
So I've been really leaning into the Claire Obscure soundtrack because I'm someone who really wants the context before I listen to a soundtrack in full. So like when listening to the soundtrack just outside of the game, until we recently finished it, finally.
Great.
I wanted to... I stopped listening when I got caught up to where we were in the game. And I'm like, I don't want to listen ahead. And I'm glad I didn't, because there's some stuff at the end there that is really best experience for the first time when you play. But now that we finished the game, not done every optional thing, but at least finished the story, I'm like, well, now I can listen to whatever I want, all of it, as much as I want. And it's so good. I mean, I'm not saying anything anyone doesn't know, but I cannot get enough of it. I guess just to shout out one other small thing, we might have talked about them before, but there's a group, a person, I don't know how many people behind it, an artist called Bits and Hits, and they do a lot of lo-fi stuff. So every once in a while I look at them and find a bunch of new stuff. So there's a Studio Ghibli one they did. There's a small Lord of the Rings, but it's all lo-fi. So Lord of the Rings, but it's lo-fi. But it's lo-fi. There's like Witcher and lots of stuff. So
I brought their Witcher one on the show. That one I like particularly.
That one's really good, but I like that it's not all games, so their stuff is always a lot of fun to listen to if you're into lo-fi. All right, I think we can officially go and start talking about our songs for this episode. So starting off our water block, we have Hillary and Audra. So Hillary, what is your first song?
Yeah, so the song I picked for water is Verdant Overflow, and that's by Darren and Malley, and it is from the Mythic Ocean soundtrack, so a little visual novel representation.
Nice. And how about you, Audra?
My pick is Currents from the Genso Suikoden 2 Orrizonte album, but it's also the opening theme for the Genso Suikogaiden Volume 1. And this version is performed by KOKIA.
Going with the silver flow, river wide with current deep and slow. River wide with current deep and slow. I rest my wings made to soar, but can Now I shake off weariness and go to meet what I can get. The heart has its secret currents deep and without guide to find out where they will lead. I take the plunge eyes People move from home to street. No one blinks as they used to. Their life is fleet. Where are you from? Where are you going? Water traveler. The mournful wind blows ever on. Can I keep love that love for you till dawn? Now I stretch out my wings again and take back what I lost then. The heart has its secret currents deep and without guide to find out where they will lead. I take the plunge eyes wide.
All right, so Verdant Overflow. Overflow, watery title, so there's a little bit of the water element just right off the bat. So Mythic Ocean, also kind of self-explanatory. It's a really cool little visual novel that takes the concept of like a primordial or kind of like a mythic sea. Like a lot of creation myths start with a big sea or something like that. And the whole visual novel is a play on that. You play as a character that knows nothing about who they are, doesn't really have any memories, but you're going around this mythic ocean and running into other kind of like mythical beings. You build up relationships with them, and they all have like their specific areas of the ocean. And it all builds up to events happening as you get to know them better and kind of figure out who you are going to be and who you are. But the soundtrack is just fantastic. It is, I talked in our last Elemental episode a lot about like timbre of different instruments and things like that, and how that really kind of it seems like we tend to associate certain timbre with different elements and things like that. And I think this soundtrack just even goes beyond that, just the way the parts are written together, really, and the way they trade and kind of flow in and out, just really embodies that water element for me. And I picked this specific song because I think that embodies that really well, with the there's even a slight tabla drum rhythm underlying everything. So you have that beat, but then you have these bright winds and piano, but they're also coupled with these strings that set kind of a flowy track backdrop, and the parts are going in and out and flowing through, and it just sounds like water to me. So hope you all enjoyed.
I did. It was a great song.
I immediately went and added the album on Spotify because I want to listen to the rest of it. But I know what you mean, about the wateriness of it. It's like in music production, you have Phil Spector's idea of the wall of sound, which is very abrasive, and you're assaulted by so many layers of melody and rhythm. Here too, I felt that, but I'm going to call it a tidal wave of sound.
Right, and it's not harsh. It's
right?
more like immersive, yeah.
Yes, it's enveloping, but you don't feel like overwhelmed by anything, even though there are so many different melodies going on and so many instruments going on. Yeah, it's really like it's a busy track, but it never feels overwhelming. The one thing, this is not a critique at all to the composer. I was just curious because listening to it, I know this is his first major soundtrack as far as I'm aware. The instrumentals sounded like GarageBand instruments. If anyone has toyed around with GarageBand, like I kind of picked up like some very familiar like percussion and things in that, and I'm like oh, but like this is that taken to like a really expert degree. I feel like way better than anything I've toyed with in the past. Of like, this sounds like a preschooler banging on a keyboard. Here it sounds like a real professional at work.
Yeah, I use GarageBand for editing, but I don't really get into like the loops and stuff like that, so I did not pick up on that. And nothing sounds generic or anything about it. So that's cool.
It's impressive.
You taught that.
I did have the thought too that there was potentially like limited toolkit, so to speak, here for sure, but really impressive what he did with that. And honestly, this was pretty like small scale indie release too, so I'm not terribly surprised, but I don't know. It's impressive how it all came together, and I have a big soft spot for this soundtrack.
I can see why. I mean, the song is definitely, I feel it captures the water flow sense like just amazingly.
I thought I was going to be the first to make a water pun, but Matt beat me to it. So I was originally going to say, forgive me for saying the song has a nice flow, but it really does.
Oh.
It's just, it has this really like great, like soothing, it's soothing, but it has like some like cool, like low key kind of energy to it. And I actually listened to it a few times while I was taking notes because, like you said, Matt, there's a lot there. And I didn't really pick up on it on like one listen. So I listened to it a few times and like heard a little bit more and other instruments and other layers of the song each time. And I thought that was pretty cool. You have the drums and the wind instruments, and I don't know if I'm always bad at this. Hillary always tells me which one it is. Like there's a marimba or a xylophone or something marimba-like maybe in there. Whatever it is. But like there's a lot of different components to it. But it's never, I don't think it ever feels busy. It just it's very calming and serene kind of.
Yeah, it all comes together really nicely.
Yeah, just, I guess the best way I can sum it up is it has a little bit more complexity than it seems at first. If you like really listen and hone in on those things. And I think that's pretty cool.
When you guys hear this, do you picture like a beach, like above water, or do you picture below water? Just out of curiosity.
Absolutely underwater for me.
Underwater.
I mean, because Hillary has played the game, so like it's hard for me to not picture underwater because I've seen the game and know what it looks like. So like that is my answer, but I can't guarantee this, not because I already know what the game is like.
I think too, like the vocal elements, like the very soft like siren song kind of. The ethereal voice there, like that also lends itself to like the underwater feeling, whereas like that marimba or whatever that percussion is, like that reminds me of like any beach level in a video game. But
true, yeah.
But it definitely lends itself to like underwater as well. I mean, it all evokes water. It's absolutely wet, this track. I love it.
And on that note,
yes. On that note, Audra, if you'd like to talk about currents.
Oh, sure. Well, I'm impressed with, this is probably my favorite version of the current song. And not just because I love KOKIA, but just, I think I'm amazed by how much emotion and like sense of movement, if that's the right word, rhythm, that you get from the fact that the song is pretty much a cappella performance. And
right.
there's like a very, I don't want to say flowing quality to it, but it kind of, I feel like the lyrics lend itself and vocals lend itself well to like the there's a lot of imagery about water in it, and then it's like the way the song just kind of flows from one segment to another. It kind of just, I don't know, I just feel like it really captures a water sense, but like more maybe someone above water swimming or
Yeah.
I think like I had not heard like the Suikogaiden like original intro, which is similar to this, but like a little more like there's a lot more percussion and like Celtic kind of instrumentals to it, which really feels like to me like the 90s was a time of world music kind of invading anime themes and video game themes, I feel like.
yes.
But this one is like stripped down, and at first when I listened to it, I was like, okay, like it's calming, it's soothing. I didn't really get the water element of it until like midway through the song, roughly, or a minute in, when they start coalescing and overlapping the harmonies, and it really becomes like like a swift current of voices, and like it's really, really beautiful. I wonder like how I haven't like directly compared like if the harmonies are directly lifted from the original intro or not. I think they added a few layers here, but yeah, the fact that it's a cappella, but it's very full and lovely.
I definitely got River just exactly from that point that I think Matt mentioned, where the harmonies and everything kind of start weaving together. And that's funny because I think River is like specifically called out in the lyrics too.
Well, because I mean, I read a comment. I admit I didn't look up the details, but this is based on the song called Two Rivers from Suikoden 2, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Is that like the theme of like Joey and other kid?
Two River City is actually a home. It's a town.
Oh, is it the hometown? Like the opening town?
It's a city, and it's divided into 3 areas with homes to humans, kobolds, and winged horde.
Oh.
People. Yeah. So
Thank you, Audra, for updating us on current events.
Oh, wow, nice. Anyway, this was a fun song. Definitely an unexpected surprise. I will say, not to put you on the spot, Audra, but I am used to vocal songs from you. You're very good about bringing really fun vocal songs on here, but never one like this. I was like, oh, cool. I was waiting for like the music to kick in, and like, oh no, it's just a cappella. That's so cool. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I mean, like you all said, it has this serene feel and flow that we all obviously are associating with like water. And I guess, Matt, since you pointed out that we're talking about underwater, above water, like yes, it does have that above ground water feel, like a gentle stream or something. But yeah, it's really neat that they get that feeling and that sensation without just a cappella, with just the vocals. It's really, really beautiful. So I think it's safe to say that between the two of you and your water tracks, we were definitely thinking the calm, like water bending style of water. No one went for like, oh hey, a tidal wave or something, like a more destructive kind of water, like the intro to Link's Awakening or something. That could also be a water theme.
It's just storm.
Introspective, I guess.
Yeah, really nice.
Like vocal and acapella are not the first thing I think of with kind of like watery sounding music, but this completely works.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I think we're ready for our Earth block, which actually is you again, Audra.
Oh, yes. My first song for Earth block is Earth Dancer from Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, composed by Noriyuki Asakura.
Cool. And then after that is my first track today. My first track is Vagrant song, the Appalachia version, from Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. That's the soundtrack by Ryan Ike. And on this particular song, we have vocals by Jillian Aversa.
natives of this land, and by I'll see them far and long. 'Cause when the night come down for to take me hand in hand, this will be my tale, my vagrant song. This will be my tale, my vagrant song.
Earth Dancer is actually the theme song of the protagonist from Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma, as well as their, I don't want to say like adversary, but the other character who kind of is opposite them a lot of the times in the plot. They're both actually the titular Earth Dancer. And I love the percussion throughout. There's like a steady rhythm, and it kind of fits like a determined feel, but then also like, you know, Earth is kind of more, it's sustaining, it's to a degree life-giving in a way, and I feel like this song really captures that, a sense of that through its instrumentation. And I mean, it's like there's almost like an kind of underscore of like ancientness and mystery and stuff that I think is really fitting for Earth in general, as far as like elements or even just talking about the planet Earth itself.
Yeah, I get that. I'm so focused on like, you know, earth and rock and dirt and stuff like that when I was thinking about this, like down to earth, grounded kind of stuff, that I wasn't also factoring in like the life-giving side of it. I think that's some great insight. Actually, like, really, I thought it was a good song for this anyway, but like once you explained that was your thinking behind it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is even better than I realized.
Oh, yeah. I have a bunch of stuff in my notes about how this is a song that seems to have two different kind of elements to it. Just the very, very rhythmic part, but then there's also the melodic part. And I was talking about how there's a little melody soaring above everything, and I felt almost like that's Earth interacting with other elements maybe, but once you mentioned that, it kind of clicked that, oh, maybe it's just these different aspects, like
it's like the two different facets of the Earth Dancers themselves, and then like the different elements of Earth and in general.
Yeah, because the pretty melody could be, you know, growing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I could see
fitting
like
for Rune Factory.
Yeah, but I could see like the Earth, like, you know, if you like really take it like kind of on the nose there, like the Earth Dancer could be like a mix of like earth and air, like because of like the instruments and like the flute in this song. Like I can see a little bit of both here. But
I also just really want to point out the parts in this song where the melody almost completely drops. Like that's kind of tricky to pull off and sustain attention, but I really like the rhythmic parts of this song.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it has a really nice kind of, I don't want to say flow because that's not.
That's
we're
been
no
done.
longer talking
already.
about water, yes.
This one is grounded. That was the word I was going to use. Yeah.
I agree too. Like by Earth, it makes me think of like Gaia, like this all-encompassing Earth. And like even there's like elements of like dripping water in a cave. I get, you know, and like the wooden clapboard percussion, which is common in like a lot of Asian traditional music, is like very stony sounding. It sounds like stones or rocks raining down. But I only thought about it now when I think you said this, Hillary. Like, or Mike, you talked about too, like the wind elements. It's like in Chinese and Japanese like tradition, there aren't the four elements. There are like the five elements, which are wood, fire, earth, metal, water. So air is not part of that. So like it would make sense that, you know, air is kind of wrapped up in maybe fire and earth.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Good
so
point.
I wonder, but and I also love like one of my favorite instruments is like the erhu, the like Chinese violin that kicks in here.
Yes.
and it just sounds gorgeous all the time. And if I can make a quick recommendation, like I've loved the Arhu for like a long time, and there's an album that it's like my comfort album when I'm feeling, I don't know, when I'm feeling like I want to escape to another land, is by a Arhuist, I guess, a violinist named Lei Chang, Qiang. And Lei Chang, Chinese Traditional Erhu Music, volumes 1 and 2. Those are really great albums if you like the sound of the Erhu.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. Actually, if you can give us a link, I can put it in the show notes too.
Yeah, for sure. And also even like the modern, like kind of hip hop rhythm elements here too, right? Like it marries the old and the new really well, I think.
Cool. Okay. So when I was looking through my library and music for earthy music, I did stop for a minute and think about West of Loathing, the Wild West stick figure game. If just to explain it in the most basic of terms, that game is so fun. But I'm like that some of it might work, but I'm not sure. But that kind of led me from one place to another. I remembered that Ryan Ike, who did that music, also did Where the Water Tastes Like Wine several years ago. A game I have not played. I can't remember, Hillary, if you've played it or just watched people play it.
I played it.
Okay. But I'm like, even though I haven't played it, I have a loose sense of like what it's about. And I'm like, well, that feels earthy to me, very grounded. You know, this like a traveling vagrant kind of thing, right? Is that the idea?
That is basically your role throughout the game. You are traveling and you are collecting and spreading people's stories.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the lyrics of this song, it leans into that really, really heavily.
I mean, yes, there is that. I mean, of course, if I was going on lyrics, this would have been an easy choice. But I was trying not to go. I don't want to go too on the nose.
Too little.
I'm just like, okay, this. I know there's a really like down to earthness about this game in general, like the gameplay and everything about it, and the music. So I'm like, okay, let's start there and go and figure it out. And I know I've heard that there's several versions of this Vagrant song.
Yep.
On the soundtrack. I'm like, okay, that's cool. We're gonna go there, and each one has a different style and singer. But of course, I had to go with the Jillian Versa one because I love Jillian. You know, if I did want to go with lyrics, like it really early on in the song, there are lyrics like, I'm going to scrawl my name in the bare bones of the earth. So I'm like, well, this pretty much locks it in for me, right? I mean, how can I not go with this at this point? But it's beyond that, beyond like just like the literal, the words. It's the whole sound of it, like that just cool, like twangy Old West sound is really great and really catchy. And I as much as I like Jillian, I won't say that I know everything she's ever done, but at least for me, I've never heard her do this style of song before.
I was going to say she's changing her voice, and I'm pretty sure she's doing an accent.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, it was really, really surprising. I'm like, okay, I like her, but I'm like, well, this isn't what I expected. So big surprise. Yeah. Like she's even more talented than I realized, because I didn't expect this kind of sound out of her. And I really fell in love with it.
I like the Earth equals country connection that you made here.
Yeah,
because that's one we didn't make in the previous episode. And I don't think anyone else really made it when we were talking about Earth songs.
True.
Before. And
well, I'm partially blaming or crediting you rather, because that's why I like Mythic Ocean. Like I already know what this game looks like, and it's like just the color palette of the game is like mostly earth tones.
It's browns and greens.
So, you know, all of these things in my head, I'm like, there's something here. Let me figure this out. So,
well, it's also like Vagrant song. It's like the concept of like a rolling stone, gathers no moss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had never heard of this game until you brought it up on like the before the show, Hillary, and like it looks so cool, like right up my alley, like the gameplay style, the visual style. Like I'm definitely gonna like look for this one after the show on PlayStation, I think. But yeah, it was really fun, and I don't know what, like I went and listened to the other versions of Vagrant song, and like I like the other ones maybe more, but like I like how this one is like close to home to where I grew up, at least. Even though I'm from Canada, it's not that far from the Appalachians. And I don't know if you guys had a shared experience. Like when I was a kid, we would go to like this place called Bacchus Mill, which is like an old traditional like settler town. And we would learn things like how to square dance. And this to me felt very, I know, yeah, with my hot lip candy and my stale airhead candy. And yeah, we would learn how to square dance. And this to me felt like a really square danceable song. I don't know, has anyone ever square danced before?
Yes.
No.
Call a run here. So mine was pretty similar. Mining towns, though. And rodeos and square dancing.
Oh yeah, rodeos. Yeah, don't even get me started. I won a medal for riding a sheep when I was like 6, I think. But...
I'm sorry, what?
That's amazing.
Wow.
I actually went to college around the Appalachia area, and this is definitely, it kind of fits just the general vibe.
Yeah.
Of a lot of things there, and it was a lovely kind of throwback song because of that. And I do feel like it has like that sense of traveling the world and just traveling in general, which is kind of fitting for Earth.
The banjo and like the rhythm too, like the dunk 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 dunk, like
Yeah.
it's kind of that.
It's very traveling.
Yes,
Yeah.
It conveys motion a lot.
Wow, I actually don't have a story like it turns out everyone else does. We got like someone, I grew up in Colorado, and it's like I went to school over here, and I rode a sheep when I was 6, and I'm sitting here like, it's like, okay, what do I have here? It's like, I got nothing. I grew up in the desert of Southern California.
That's a different where the water tastes like wine region.
Well, that's true. I mean, I'm trying to, like, the closest I have is like, and this is only going to make any sense to anyone who's been to or lives in Southern California, is like Old Town Temecula. Like Temecula's a pretty nice town, like south of where I lived. Not quite as south as San Diego, but like on the way. And it's really nice. But there's a separate area from like the newer stuff. It's literally called Old Town Temecula, and it's like, it feels very like kind of old Western. A lot of cool shops and restaurants there. So not the same as, you know, a sheep riding medalist or anything, but at least I have that. That's the first time I'd ever seen or heard of things like ostrich jerky. So, you know, that's
Ostrich jerky. Oh,
yeah, it was a little jerky store. So I'm just like, wow, like you make jerky out of a lot more animals than I thought. I haven't tried it, but it's there.
There's our opening, cold open. You make jerky out of a lot more animals than I thought. There's our last little question for that. Strangest jerky you've ever eaten. Is ostrich up there for you, Mike, or have you had?
You didn't try the ostrich.
I didn't try it though.
What?
Did I buy one? I'll have to ask my brother. I might have bought one for my brother because he's like really big on jerky. But I mean, this was a long time ago. So I don't know if I got him like ostrich jerky or alligator jerky or whatever they had. But I'll check.
I think bison for me a long time ago.
Bison jerky? Oh, interesting.
Sounds good. I had a coworker many years ago where he brought us homemade jerky and he passed it around and we're all chewing on it. And he's watching us out of the corner of his eye. And we're like, okay, what is this? And he goes, have you ever had squirrel before? And then the worst part is, we're like, where did you get a squirrel to make jerky out of? And he goes,
no.
And he goes, I hit it with my truck yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
There it is.
So he fed us, roadkill squirrel jerky.
I mean,
And
I guess it's better than the roadkill just sitting there, but
it didn't go to waste.
Maybe warn someone.
The worst part is, it tasted pretty good.
Now I'm just thinking of Oregon Trail and being annoyed at the squirrels because they're not very much food.
Oh, wow. Did he play Oregon Trail? Is that with an inspiration?
That's where it came from.
Probably.
Well, we got to transition out of squirrel jerky into the fire here.
Speaking of cooking.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
you can't make jerky without a little fire.
Oh boy. Sorry, I was just not ready for any of that. And it's all because I brought up ostrich jerky. Yep. So, it's funny too. We're talking about this. We're talking about like fire and all that, but like our first fire song is not what I was expecting for fire, but I'm excited to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we got, Matt?
Well, when I think of fire, I think of the burning hot passions of love. So I'm bringing Destiny of Love, composed by Inon Zur, featuring the voice of Aubrey Ashburn from Dragon Age 2, specifically the album called Epic Time.
Does that mean your wife like endorses you bringing this song on? Is it all?
She would never let me play this music. No, she would be too embarrassed, I think, of me.
Good intro, though. Hillary, what is your fire song?
So I have a slightly different take. I am bringing Bhangra Battle by Marskye from the Thirsty Suitor soundtrack.
Welcome back, listeners. I hope that felt nice. That was Destiny of Love from Dragon Age 2. So, I've listened to the Dragon Age soundtracks for a long time, and I've always loved the vocal tracks. Even from Dragon Age 1, which I brought the main theme of that on many Rhythm Encounters ago earlier this year. Aubrey Ashburn did the vocals for that as well, and I just love her voice. Like, it just sounds very otherworldly, ethereal, elven is what it speaks to me. And this one, I mean, it spoke to me as heat or flame, just because like I imagined, and like not like Mine in the Gutter or anything like that, but I imagine like a bed chamber and like a torch flickering, like a weak flame kind of flickering, but it's like the flame of love, you know what I mean? The lights are dimmed down low. It's definitely a warm song, I think. I tried playing this. Actually, it's funny you mentioned my wife, Mike, easy. But I played this song for my wife, and I said, "What element do you think this is?" And she was like, I think she said fire, which I was like, okay, like maybe it's nice. Giving that feeling a little bit, But yeah, what do you guys think of this one?
I'm hearing that this song is moonlighting, which I really like. I think that sums it up perfectly. I'm sorry, Heather, go ahead.
See it. Oh, I could see it being like a fire song, maybe like almost like a hearth.
Yeah.
Burning, like, yeah, that kind of sense. I think it works. It's very nice. It's a lovely vocals and instrumentation.
Yeah, it's interesting because if I think of it through the like high fantasy kind of slant, I definitely see it more as fire.
Yeah, because normally like fire is like associated to me with like high energy and like high octane stuff, like a roaring fire, But I think like this is like the small, like, I don't know, fire's comforting feeling, if that makes sense, So it's like a candle in the wind kind of image of like this low burning thing that's flickering, but you protect it, you hold it close. That's like the feeling I got, at least. But
yeah, like people talk about, kindling or like keeping the flame alive.
Yeah, it's like an ember, not an inferno.
I like that.
Kind of, yep.
Ooh, that is good. Yeah, this was maybe my other big surprise on this episode today, actually, because we don't get a lot. We don't have a ton of Dragon Age or Western RPG on Rhythm Encounter, just because that's not where a lot of our interests lie. Although we have more and more WRPG fans on the site, so I do want to get them on the show and maybe fix that balance a little bit. But I've always liked the Dragon Age songs that people brought on. I'm like, I like it, and in a lot of cases, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I know I'm familiar with some of Inon's music, and it's what I would expect. I mean, for the setting, for how the game is, I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I like the music. This one I wasn't ready for. I was not expecting a song like this. Not that I didn't think that the games had variety in their music, but it was kind of like a wake up, like, oh, you don't really have a good sense of what these soundtracks are. So, one, thank you for that. Thank you for like giving me something that I wasn't prepared for, but also it's just beautiful. It's like you said, it does sort of have a Tolkien elvish kind of sound to it, the lyrics. I'm sure it's an in-game language, maybe.
They wrote it actually all for like it's not the language reflected in the game, but for all the music they just wrote their own original like elf adjacent sound. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I mean it does capture that. And yeah, not maybe what I was expecting for a quote fire song, not what I was thinking, but like we talked about, there's different ways to represent that. There is more how did I put it? I wrote too many notes. I'm trying to find the exact thing I said. I think it's about the passion behind it, the passion, I guess the romance for that matter. But
Michael, behave.
Why are you throwing me off?
I'm sorry, I totally derailed that.
Oh, someone's bashful.
Yeah, really threw me off. Okay, anyway, so but beyond that, this is a very specific reference, and if this doesn't land for anyone, I'm going to cut this whole segment out. But there's something to this sound as someone who consumed a whole lot of TV in the early 2000s. There's a feel, and I can't pinpoint an artist or even a show or anything, but there's a certain sound and feel to this that reminded me of that time and a lot of the music I was listening to, TV soundtracks I was buying. Like it, for whatever reason, I can picture this over either like just a romantic or even like maybe like a melancholy, like soul searching montage, either in something like Buffy or Felicity or whatever. And if that's only me and all of you are just like staring at your screen being like, what the hell is he talking about? Then, like I said, I can cut this out. But there's something to it. It's nothing like
the song.
Yeah, I guess. But
the
like,
shaker, the percussion, like shaker, like building up into the drums feels very 2000s to me. Somehow. I know what you mean, I think.
Yeah.
So too.
Okay. Whew. Thank you for making that work. I'm like, this can't just be me.
Audra, Hillary, I have no idea what he's talking about. Just
Wow.
appease him.
What's Buffy? Isn't that like company that makes comforters? No, I keep just the last week. All of a sudden, I've been seeing ads on YouTube for a company that makes comforters or blanket bedding or something, and they're literally just called Buffy. I'm like, okay.
Who is Angel? Like Gabriel, Michael? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I Buffy was like, I missed that because I was a little bit young for Buffy, but I would see it on TV and it would terrify me or like disgust me. But I've always wanted to like watch it in retrospect. You know what I mean? Just because I know it's so influential. But...
Okay, you just admitted that you want to watch that in front of me, so I'm going to be following up on that.
Buckle up.
Repeatedly. Yeah, Hillary knows. Hillary knows what it's like to express an interest in one of my favorite shows, because I'm going to be like, cool, when are you going to start watching that? Let's watch it together.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. But now I have a new mission. But before we get into that,
let's put some gasoline on this fire.
Yeah, Hillary.
Okay, more tabla drums. So Bhangra battle. I had a very specific kind of mental image with this that I'm going to try and convey, and I want everyone to try to picture. So,
Buffy or Felicity?
No.
That was mine. Sorry.
Get over it, Michael. Come on.
Anyway, so yes, Bhangra battle. So the specific image I kind of had was of a fire just going, and those tabla drums as the shadows, kind of with a glowing flame around. So the Bhangra drums kind of are the shadows along the wall, things like that. And the main melody is kind of just a steady fire, maybe a campfire, maybe a hearth, I don't know. And then there are just little accents, right, kind of dancey accents throughout the song that honestly made me think of a fire sputtering.
Yeah, I can picture that.
There's something about like a sputtering sound too. I think it's from the tabla drum as well, but like it feels like the fire is like continually bursting up and like reigniting. Did you guys all watch the Pixar movie Elemental? Like,
no,
yes,
actually, I want to see that.
It's a great movie. I think it's a great romance movie. It's like the only like straight up romance they ever did. But the main female lead is like fire and the male is water, and like she is kind of like a stand-in for like an immigrant character where like it's a vaguely East Asian or / Indian like culture, the fire culture, and the soundtrack is infused with a lot of like similar sounding Indian instruments like the sitar and the tabla drums, and it like you can see like the overlap of like something about this evokes fire in a lot of people's minds, right? It could just be the heat and spice of India, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think of snow when I think of India, but yeah, like it comes through in the instrumentation here and in that movie.
Yeah, I don't know if it's something about the particular rhythm of the tabla drums too, because it is that kind of like, it's consistent, but it's also kind of sputtery, like how a fire needs fuel and consumes fuel. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it though.
Feel it like a burst of flame that's like getting stronger and like sparks shooting up at times.
Yep.
Yeah, like sputtering.
Yeah. Exactly.
And what is that sound? I know it's like it's an instrument here. I think the like ba ba ba, like it to me. It reminds me of like the Konami like sound effect that they would have in like every like Ninja Turtle game and every like Contra game, right?
Yeah.
It sounds almost more like a sound effect than like musical, kind of.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure exactly how they did it.
It could be a Bollywood thing. Like who knows? Like maybe that's like the instrumentation.
A little sting. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta stop and pose.
This one was a lot of fun. I mean, this is more of what I was expecting. I mean, of course, I'm happy that we have a variety of fire themes, but this one's a bit of a slow burn. I know. I'm sorry. But I mean, if you can think of one that doesn't sound like a pun, a way of saying slow burn, I will take it. But that's what came to mind. Sorry.
I think it's pretty fast. It feels like a kick in the ash,
So fire music can vary a lot. It isn't always like something like explosive, like a volcano or whatever. Like this one, I think, is more of it's something that's more than a simmer, but less than a boil.
Oh my! Put the thesaurus down, Mike. That's quite enough.
Well, no, because like there is like a cooking component in this game. Is there not?
Yes.
It wasn't a thesaurus. I'm not that time. I'm not. There is no punniness to it. Like, but I know there's
that was a funny game reference.
Yeah. Matt,
I underestimated your knowledge of thirsty suitors.
Yep, there's a cooking component. Like part of it is cooking with your parents, and then the other part of it is navigating suitors and other activities.
Yeah. So it's that, but it's got like these like funky beats, and I mean, so much fun. Just a reminder that do either of us own this game yet? You do?
No, but I have the soundtrack.
The soundtrack is fantastic. Yeah, I mean it's one of those games that I want to play. Well, I want to play it anyway, but like the soundtrack makes me want to play it even more. Unrelated, when I was taking notes on this and looking up the soundtrack, I came across a video from a couple of years ago, so I guess it was probably around when the game came out, of one of the game's developers reenacting some of the sequences and dances and like parkour moves in the game.
That was wild.
It's so fun. I'm going to put a link in the show notes. I shared it with you guys in our chat, so I don't know if anyone had a chance to watch it, but Hillary yet. But so much fun. Like, I'm not like here like trying to like promote the game exactly, but I'm like just check it out for sure, because I'm like, how did you even do some of that? Like, I'm curious how many takes and tries he had to do on some of them.
Yeah, that was a great video. I love the dog kick flipping on a skateboard, and then it's just the guy down on all fours.
Yeah.
That was funny.
All right, have we got the fire out of our system? Is it time for cabbages? I mean, air.
Am I the first one for that one as well?
No, you're not.
Oh, that's
you
right.
would have been, but I switched it around so we each had one. Also, just a live quote unquote update for you. My brother did confirm with me. I did not buy the ostrich jerky. I apparently got him venison jerky, but his favorite was the sticky honey chili salmon jerky. I forgot about the salmon jerky.
That sounds great.
Anyway, so our last block today, we are going to focus on air. So Matt and I have a track here. So mine is Dragonhead Island. That's from The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. And this particular song is by Tsukasa Usui.
That's
right, Matt? Yeah,
that's perfect. And then
cool.
And then my track, just by chance, is another track from The Legend of Zelda, but this one is from Skyward Sword. It is A Moment with Zelda, composed by Takeshi Hama.
All right, so that was Dragonhead Island. Going into this one, I knew I wanted something from one of these two Zelda games just because of the ambiance and just the kind of minimal soundtracks they have. But each game has hundreds of tracks on their soundtracks, so just going through the soundtracks was not going to work. That would take way too long. So instead of going that way, I took a different angle and thought, like, okay, what's an experience that I had in either of the games, or like a good memory or something. And it didn't take long to land on this one. Dragonhead Island, the song is, of course, for an island in the game, which you can probably guess what the island is called, up in the sky. And it's unique amongst the Sky Islands because when you get there, it's just encased in this thunderstorm. Like, it's just a perpetual like thunderstorm, which, of course, if you've played those games, is dangerous to be outside if you have metal equipment on. So there's a bunch of things you're doing there. Like, there's puzzles to solve. There is some combat. Of course, you have to also be careful not to get struck by lightning while you're running around. So it's like it's dangerous, but also really like mysterious, like trying to figure out like how to like just traverse the landscape. And you don't even know when you first get there. You're like, well, I don't even know why I'm here. Like, what am I doing? Like, there is something you do on the island and you have to reach. So like having that experience in that setting and everything, like this really minimal sound like works so well with that. It really kind of emphasizes that this is a special or unique place up in the sky. And again, like, it's not because it's so different from everything else. I'm glad that it has like a unique track. It's so good. I mean, everything on these soundtracks, but it's so good at like setting that very specific mood that makes that one island out of so many up in the sky like memorable and a unique experience.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would have gotten like surrounded by storms quite just from the music.
Yeah. Is it like a break in the clouds? Like, you break through the clouds and it's like peaceful inside, like the eye of the storm?
Eye of the storm.
Actually, yes, that's good way of describing it. Because like you're surrounded by like these dark clouds, but like, yeah, not in like this oppressive way. Just kind of, eye of the storm is a great way of putting it.
That I can see for sure with the song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's actually a good description.
It does strike me as like it sounds like I'm in a sacred place, some like forgotten, like it makes me think with the like, again, the Arhu makes an appearance here, and like these kind of Asian percussion elements like that you would hear in a shrine or a temple here in Japan. Mm-hmm. Like this kind of music without the like creepy vocal, not creepy, but without the like windy vocals, you would hear this kind of sound just walking through a temple or shrine. So yeah, it feels like that feeling of sanctity to me too.
Not to make too many Avatar: The Last Airbender connections, but it reminded me that the air nomads are really the like most kind of spiritual.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the show.
Yeah,
they're monks.
And, all the places you visit are right. They're monks, temples, etc. This I could see fitting with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could actually see this being like an air monastery theme or something that they go to in the show.
Yeah.
It's not like my initial feeling of a Zelda track, but I mean, like, there are like, you get similar vibes to this from like even older Zelda games, like Ocarina of Time. Like the Temple of Time has a slightly similar feel, but like almost like a Western version, like Western religion to this one's Eastern religion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
Yep. And then there's that almost creepy, still kind of like almost like chorally, like cave music in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
it's meant to be more mysterious than anything else, but it's like it fits right alongside that Temple of Time.
Yeah.
Kind of shrine sound. I'm sure you all know the track I'm talking about.
Yeah. A lot of like movies and games and anime and whatever, they have like a scene like this, usually like in the second act, like before the climax, the hero kind of makes some kind of like they reach an epiphany, and there's always like in the soundtracks to those games and movies like a track like this, like a slow realization and like I don't know, an awakening kind of thing. Like this is like the prior to the awakening, I feel like. But I love a track like this. Like I love just like the calmness of it. It doesn't make me feel sleepy. It makes me feel contemplative, and like it actually like wakes me up in a way, because I'm like, now I'm listening to like the wind, you know, rippling through the leaves around me or whatever it might be. It really much feels like I'm in touch with nature when I listen to this track, like a monk in meditation or something like that.
I also had down that it captures the kind of still side of air, right? Because we think about movement a lot with air, but there's also kind of a stillness here.
Yeah, it's like a calmness, tranquility almost.
What is the sound of one hand clapping? Oh, okay, that solves it. Man, those monks like didn't know what they were talking about. That's easy.
Well, you said it, not me. How about your track, Matt?
Well, mine, I went with a different feel for air. Instead of the stillness and the tranquility of air, I went for like the soaring element of air. And what emotion feels like soaring through the air more than love? I didn't intend for both my songs to be about love. That was entirely by chance. But what can I say? I'm a lover boy. I'm a romantic. But this track, I really fell in love with. Haha. When Skyward Sword came out, this was the first Zelda game to use a full orchestrated soundtrack.
Yep.
And I remember like this track plays right near the opening, like in the opening cutscene when you meet Zelda for the first time, and then you begin talking to her and her father, who is like you know, a stand-in for the owl from Ocarina of Time. Her father is like the mayor, and he has like giant owl-like eyebrows. But anyway, while you're talking to those two, this song plays, and more so than any Zelda game, this has to be my favorite version of Zelda, the character. And like they actually give her and Link like a relationship, like a confirmed romantic relationship, and she has so much pathos. And she's not like, just because she's a romantic lead now, she's still like one of the stronger Zelda like renditions of Zelda as a character. Like she's no pushover. She's not like helpless the entire game, waiting to be rescued. I just love her. She's very cute. She's clearly head over heels in love with Link right from the beginning. It's just very, I don't know, pure. And this song captures that. I mean, what did I write down here? When it starts off, the opening moments are kind of like gently pulsing, right? And it's both like you're approaching Zelda, but you're also approaching like the edge of Skyloft, this like floating town. And the idea is like the soaring is both like, you know, like your love or your connection with Zelda, but also like you're soaring through the sky on the back of your big red bird thing. So I feel like the music kind of represents both the physical flying and the emotional flying, I guess.
The emotional flying. I like it.
We all have that feeling though, like when you're a teenager and it's like your emotions are like at an all-time high and an all-time low. You know what I mean? Like, this is that high, you know. And I played this game when I was like probably 16, and so like that was like it very much captured that feeling for me.
Yeah, nice. It's funny that you said it was by coincidence, because when you picked two love songs on this episode, I was like, all right, well, you're obviously in a mood and a place. So I was going to ask if we should do like a Valentine's Day episode next year, and you can like just keep going, bring some more songs on there.
We have done that, right? In the past?
I think, I don't know what year. I think we have, but you know, there's always more love songs we can do. Or songs that sound like love songs. Mm-hmm. Anything romantic or tender, I guess.
It's not like I know of any Atomi games out there that...
Oh my gosh, yeah. You're like, anyway, I could just do all 8 tracks myself, thanks.
The episode is just Ultra.
Yeah, it's just... yeah, anyway, I have not heard this one in so long, given that I last played Skyward Sword when it came out in 2011, which, by the way, Matt, speaking of your consistency in love songs, Dragon Age 2 also came out in 2011. So like you were like very honed in on like a year and a mood in this episode.
Oh my god, this is very telling of my teenage psychology. I was so lonely. Yeah.
Aww. But yeah, I mean, Zelda in general, I mean, outside of some Sky Islands and Tears of the Kingdom, like Zelda doesn't get more airy than Skyward Sword, really. I mean, given the town and like flying around in your bird. Why can I not remember the name of that bird?
Is it a Loftwing? Maybe?
Yes, there you go. Thank you.
Okay.
I love those guys.
I thought you meant the bird they're actually based on.
Oh, no. What I meant the Zelda bird. Yeah, but like this song really carries that like lightness and almost like it sometimes in a way like dreamlike quality, you know, given like the painterly style of that game. Like it's warm and tender and still there's still little hints of like adventure, you know, here and there throughout the song, which I think is a nice touch. Overall, it's just so like optimistic and happy, you know, and I think that's really nice. It really fits, like you said, that Zelda and that Link. So I really need to get the HD version because I like Skyward Sword, and like the one thing I didn't like is the same thing that no one else likes in that game. And since they fixed that and toned that down in the HD one, I think I would like the game way more with those things adjusted.
I want to give it another try too.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to beat this game because, like, yeah, you had to stand every time you played it. So it's like you'd play like an hour and be like gassed by the end of it. But I remember when this game came out, like rushing to Walmart. It was a school day morning, and I rushed to Walmart before school, like early in the morning, and they had this game for the Wii bundled with a like Wii Motion Plus controller that was gold with like the Zelda emblem on it, and the like 25th anniversary CD that has like an original,
yes,
which is incredible. I still listen to that like all the time. That CD, what a great release that was, and that whole thing cost like $60 Canadian. It was like $10 more than like a full game, and it came with a controller. I was like, what a steal.
I was gonna be so sad if you were saying like I saw this bundle, but anyway I didn't get it because I'm like, oh no, that's the same version I got, and like that was once I had that, I'm like that was the only Wii controller I used.
Yeah,
like, for the rest of the time using the Wii
with the built-in Motion Control Plus thing.
Yeah,
like you didn't need the little peripheral. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, that was a great bundle, and yeah, that CD is excellent. That's probably something they should put. I don't know. I don't think that's on their like music app right now because like that's something more people should hear.
Yeah, it's like fantastic. It has like medleys from like all the major 3D Zelda games. It has like a Skyward Sword track, like Ballad of the Goddess. It is just like the Kakariko Village. Maybe I'll bring it on like a rhythm episode one day because like that is so heart-achingly beautiful.
That is a really good version of it.
Yeah.
I need to re-listen to that album because I remember it. It is really good.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you all for doing this. I think this was fun. I'm glad that we finally delivered on something that super fan Mohammed asked for many years ago. This indeed was great, seeing everyone come together and different takes on the same element instead of 8 unique ones. Although our 8 unique elements was also a fun episode. So if you like this one, definitely go check that one out too. Along with all of our places where you can listen, buy, download, stream this music. You'll find links to all of those, a link to that episode, and some other stuff in our show notes. So do check those out. On this episode, we had a number of debuts, which is always a fun thing. This was actually the first time on Rhythm Encounter that we had music from Thirsty Suitors, Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, and Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. It's actually only the second track from any Rune Factory game. And if we really want to break it down, it's the first time the original Skyward Sword has been on the show. We had a track from Skyward Sword HD. Although the fact that Skyward Sword in general, this is only the second time it's been on Rhythm Encounter at all is surprising.
Yeah.
There is some good music in that one. So yeah, thanks everyone for bringing on some new debuts. So coming up next on Rhythm Encounter, we are finally doing our Clair Obscure Expedition 33 episode next. So look forward to that in a couple weeks. And then a couple weeks after that, Hillary, I'm going to have you mention this one. So we're going to do a music and book pairing one. And that is in honor of, is it Swedish?
Icelandic,
right.
Well, I mean, it might be
the
broader.
book flood?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Jola Book of Flood.
Gesundheit.
Which is Yeah, which is the basically like Christmas Eve book flood tradition. I heard of it in Iceland, but it might be in the region beyond that. Not 100% sure, but the idea is you swap books and you stay up really late on Christmas Eve reading books.
Yep.
Oh, I love that.
And drinking hot cocoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that even more.
We've done it twice in the last couple of years. One was more successful than the other because one of them we were way too tired. But yeah, I would like to do it again this year. And like, it's such a cool tradition anyway. And we have RPG fan chapters on the site, and we like covering RPG adjacent or related books. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna try to come up with some music that like is good music to read to. And why not? Why not have it correlate to this specific event? If you have thoughts on this episode, whether you have another suggestion for a different style elemental episode in the future, or something else, or upcoming ideas or upcoming topic ideas, you can reach the show and me at music@rpgfan.com. What is the best way for people to reach you if they would like to, Hillary?
So RPG fan email is best. I'm HillaryA@rpgfan.com.
Cool. And Matt?
Read all of our amazing work at rpgfan.com, and you can read my fiction at mattwardellwrites.wordpress.com.
Nice. And how about you, Audra?
You can reach me at email at audrab@rpgfan.com.
Excellent. All right. If you enjoyed this episode, we are, of course, not the only podcast on the RPG Fan Podcast Network. Along with Rhythm Encounter, we have Retro Encounter, the podcast of many topics, retro games and other items in between. Right before this episode went up, Retro Encounter posted an episode about the developer Obsidian. I think that was literally just called Obsidian Encounter. Good panel on that one. They covered a lot of games, it sounds like. Go check that out. In a couple weeks, they're going to be doing a Dragon Quest tier list, so also be on the lookout for that one. Over on Random Encounter, their most recent episode, they talked about the remaster of Siberia. You were on that one, Matt.
I was.
And then Caitlin was there to talk about the Seance of Blake Manor, which was a game like I've heard about like here and there, but then I just kept hearing more and more about it, and it sounds like Caitlin really enjoyed it.
You guys would love it. Oh yeah, it's very Blueprints feeling and Obra Dinn feeling. Yeah.
Oh no.
It looks really good.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll be checking that out too. Yeah, go check out Random Encounter. They post every other Monday, opposite of Rhythm Encounter. And then Retro Encounter posts every other Thursday. You can find us on any of your podcast networks of choice. We're on YouTube, lots of other things. There are links to all of this on rpgfan.com. You can also find RPG Fan in general on many social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. We have a Discord. You can find all those links on rpgfan.com and many of them in our show notes. We also have a shop. I really probably should promote the shop at the top of the show, at least during the holiday season. Maybe if you have someone that would really like some RPG Fan merch, go check that out. If you've been following RPG Fan for a while, you know that we technically have a review card collection book that is currently not for sale. I'm just mentioning it, that it's there, it's a thing, and we are looking to get some more copies of that out there. But in the meantime, you can still buy RPG Fan merch. So if you want to see what we have, you can go to rpgfan.com/shop. Finally, if you enjoyed this, if you want to support us, you can just send us a bunch of money. I don't really have a place for that, so instead of that, I appreciate anyone who wants to send that money. Instead, if you just want to review or subscribe or leave a comment on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever it is you get your podcasts, and help more people find the show. So that would be awesome. And then maybe in the future, I'll find a way for you to give us a bunch of money. But until then, that is all we have for today, except for you, Matt. We're going to do a bonus track. And because we covered the, at least core as far as Avatar: The Last Airbender is concerned, elements, we figured the bonus track should at least be some kind of element, but something different. So what did you come up with?
That's right. So if we're covering the 4 classical elements of antiquity, the 5th element from ancient times and from medieval science, it is not love. I'm sorry, Luc Besson. The 5th element is ether. So I picked an ethereal ambient track from Gone Home, composed by Chris Remo, and this track is called The House, Part 1, parentheses, original, close parentheses. So please relax and enjoy.
Thank you for perfectly spelling that all out for people.
Punctuating.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. As always, it's a pleasure to podcast with all of you. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We are going to leave you now with The House, Part 1, parentheses, original, from Gone Home. And we'll see you in a couple weeks for Claire Obscure.
Stop flirting with Mike, Matt.
I am feeling romantic today.